It's on like Donkey Kong. How's it going, everybody? Facebook Live. And man, this is going to be a great show. I got Matt and Matt. So Matthew Curcio, Matthew McComb. Glad to have you on here. And this is going to be a great conversation because you're really one of the few people that we've ever interviewed, Matt, that is only a couple years in the business. But you did I think a really good job of evaluating where you wanted to be, to build your real estate career. And you made a move from Keller Williams over to eXp Realty. And so let's talk about
it. Yeah, sure. So why I left, Keller Williams and went to eXp was, first reason was that it was new. And to me, that was exciting. I like to see, what's new, what's going on in the industry. So that definitely piqued my attention. Definitely following that is the stock and equity awards that are given to us whenever we close a transaction or bring someone into the company. The revenue sharing, the cloud-based model, the low monthly fees, a great split with the opportunity to cap, same thing like Keller Williams, free transaction coordination, KV Core, which I'm sure, if anyone's full-time in the industry, they know, KV Core is a great tool to use, and the Icon program that pays my cap back to me just for producing enough real estate. So
right. So there's a whole laundry list of things too, and we'll post a link for those that maybe haven't watched the video on what everything is you get, and kind of the overview of the business model of eXp for you to watch. So you can click on that and watch it later. It'll be in the comments. And so what's interesting. As I've looked at, we've had a lot of conversations, a lot of big mega producing teams and things like that moving over and all that. The thing I think is really interesting that not very many people are talking about is the fact that of, all the benefits, like you're looking at line by line, all the things that you're getting in value that you don't have to pay for, like this, the sky slope, technology, the KV Core. These are things that, you would have to spend, $7,000 to $10,000 a year to have in your business. And it's included at eXp. So, obviously, the structures of, eXp's splits and caps are somewhat similar to Keller Williams in most markets anyways. I don't know if it's exactly the same there, but it's usually slightly better. But then there's these additional benefits that you get to help you grow your business. So what's kind of been your focus and kind of your production? What's that looked like as far as your business was going and before you came over?
Yeah, so last year I did about 3.6 million in sales volume, which all by myself. So it was nice to make the bronze award. Unfortunately, it doesn't make me any more money.
Right.
The awards are cool though. I appreciate them. I like them. But at the end of the day, what I want to do is, my goal for this year is about 9 million. In real estate, a little under 9, but just how the numbers worked out. And I said, what kind of vehicle am I in and how am I going to get there? Right. And I just really wanted to hyper analyze where I was at and kind of just look outside to see if there was a better fit for me. And just, eXp just lined it up completely for me to be an individual, to get all the help and support that I need, the tools and systems to just get in the driver's seat and put my foot on the gas and go. Yeah, I'm pumped up.
Yeah, it's funny. I get excited every time I talk to Matt because he just reminds me of how I was early on in the business. I wasn't near as smart to ask some of the questions that you've asked and do some of the analysis that you're doing. But yeah, man, at 2 years in the business, for you to have such some clarity around what it is that your goal is and understanding that the brokerage is a vehicle to help you get there, and to evaluate those options is just a really intelligent mindset. So. Love hearing that. So what was some of the other things, we talked about all the benefits and everything you get at eXp. What was, the next thing that maybe caught your attention or that, that made this kind of a no brainer for you?
Hey guys, I'm going to jump in real quick. I got a question because I see, I know he said it's new, right? So Matt was battling and me and Matt have had a lot of conversations. Matt, how many months ago did you start talking?
About 8 months.
Yeah. So it was a long decision for Matt. And one of the things that I know is that he's battling or was battling at Keller Williams was the there's 400 agents within 2 miles of my office, then another 350 within 15 miles of my office, and another 100 10 miles south. So, you had issues with prospecting, right? A lot of people would tell you.
Yeah, I mean, that's funny you mentioned that.
So share a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I prospect, I'll be fair, almost every day. Not every day, try every day. So just going to put that out there.
Right.
So, when a company has, or a brokerage has that much market share, any consumer, I think, Jay, you used to drive a Cadillac Escalade, right? We were talking about that.
Yep.
You're not going to buy another one, are you?
Nope.
No, because it was always in the shop. You always had problems with it.
Yep.
So, I maybe it was about 25% of all the expired listings I would call were a Keller Williams expired, just because of the general market share. And when I would introduce myself, I would say I'm a local real estate agent, but they would really dial in. I'm like, no, what brokerage do you work for? And as soon as I said Keller Williams, they would just hang up the phone to me and say, no, I'm done with you Keller Williams agents. You couldn't sell my home before, and I'm going with another brokerage. And I would have conversations with people, and I said, I'd rather be on the other side, Right. Now I say, I'm with eXp Realty, and people go, oh, wow, like, what's that? Like, now that's an opportunity for me just to talk a little bit more and explain and handle these objections rather than somebody just hanging up the phone on me because, I get it. We're all consumers. And I don't know how educated, that a home seller is to, a franchise name, but however they're going to view me with that, it is what it is. That's
a great perspective. I forgot we talked about that. And so everybody understands, like, if you're calling expireds and they've had a bad experience, no different if they've had a good experience. What's interesting about that is it doesn't go both ways. Is if somebody had a good experience with an agent, they're going to call that agent again and they're going to give that agent credit. But if they had a bad experience with an agent and they attach the company to that transaction as well. And when you're as big as KW is, that becomes now a stumbling block for you to keep agents because it's putting you at a disadvantage when you have that many agents that are producing on average 6 deals a year. I think it was 6.3 was their numbers the last that I had seen them. So yeah, that's really an interesting point. So now you have a little better advantage when you're making those expired calls. I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. Definitely. Great. Good job, Matt. Way to point that out.
Yeah. So Matt, we were starting to talk, tell us about, well, we're excited. You put a house, how many houses under contract in a few weeks that you've been here?
3 working on 4.
3 contracts. So that's awesome. Like, and how does it feel knowing, that this company is now going to give you equity ownership? Share with the consumers out there that don't know the brand yet. For those who don't know, New Jersey just had a tidal wave come through. It's a little bit far away from our market, but we had about 60 agents, I believe, and there is a larger announcement coming in the next week or so that just joined up near New York City. So some huge teams just joined us, and we're excited to have them. That's going to catapult our numbers in New Jersey. And it is growing exponentially. So, and I believe it's because of the stock, the revenue share, and these things. So Matt, you're now going to be a equity owner. How's that feel? And, share your opinion of that.
I mean, very exciting, very exciting. I think one of the principles that I know of, but unfortunately I don't live by is, every time you get a check, you should take, a percentage of that and put it away. Not just to any company, but with a great company. If you ask any, savvy investor, the Warren Buffetts or, they invest in great companies that have great leadership and great systems like Nordstrom. I used to actually work for Nordstrom years ago. And what I always really liked about that company was just how they set that up foundationally. It was just so righteous, like everything that they did. I think it was somebody had bought something and they returned it like 15 years later and they still gave them a refund for it. I mean, if you talk about getting a customer for life, that guy's going to go back to Nordstrom. So, not only just investing in a great company, I truly believe this is a great company, but I work for it. So I'm contributing to it too. It's not just that I'm throwing money at it. And that just kind of makes me even more excited because we are the brand. We're here to grow this brand and this company. And just by doing that and getting rewarded, it's very exciting.
Right. It's kind of funny too, because just in and of itself, what Curcio, you were just saying about these two big Jersey teams up by New York City, or coming aboard, and we're all legitimately excited about that, regardless of the fact of revenue share. Why? Because we have ownership in the company. I mean, the stock goes up, we all win. So I just when I think about I think what I honestly think about when I'm comparing it is I think about how embarrassing the announcement was in Philadelphia that what was that team that joined Keller Williams was?
McCann.
The McCann team, right? Yeah. So it was just like it was like watching an industry giant trying to compete with the mass movement of people that are flooding over to eXp with the one person that they got in the last 10 years, and nobody clapped. It's like, all right, good job, Gary. I mean, it is interesting to watch, man. It really is.
And what else is upsetting is, why now?
Right.
Why didn't every other giant producer get announced this year?
Right.
I'm sure they've brought on other people, and up near New York, man, all those offices are apparently getting together and having meetings about, I guess what's going on, because they lost some serious heavy hitters. And let's talk about the revenue share, Jay, because that affects bottom line to those companies. When you take the number one, number two, agents out of that business, that, market center, that profit share, that goes way down. And that's a huge issue with the model, I believe. And that's why, I truly believe in this model. I think that's one of the big reasons that Matt's here. He's young enough. I wish I was, in my 20s right now and had the opportunity. I'm looking back, I just turned 40. So, had I saved 5% and received stock awards 20 years ago, I'd be sitting in a different chair, maybe a much bigger.
Right. But no doubt about that.
It's just, actually, why don't you share that, Jay? 1 to 2 minute company model, because again, there's only, I don't know, maybe 50 agents in the market right here. So do a quick overview.
Yeah. So the overall business model, essentially, again, this is one company. It's one holding company, eXp World Holdings. That's the shares of stock that you get awarded for production. And there's several ways to be awarded that stock. When you close your first deal every year, you're going to get some stock. When you bring a friend over to the company that closes their first deal, you get some stock. When you hit your cap, you get some stock. These are all stock awards. They vest over 3 years, but they're yours. And it's just a gift for you doing what you do every day, which is sell real estate and bring your friends over to sell some real estate too. So that's pretty cool in and of itself. The opportunity to get Icon, which is there's the opportunity for you to earn the $16,000 that you pay in the cap on an 80-20 split. You can earn that back. Right there. Go ahead, right there, right? So
what do I got? I'm on number 12, and I got 6 up there, so I don't have too many more. And then I earn my stock back.
Right.
I earn my stock, and that's a huge opportunity. You do that.
Better gift than just the plaques and all the trophies. I'm gonna have to bring some of my trophies in so I can brag about those trophies for all the years that I paid, because I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for those trophies. Is what it boils down to.
Made out of gold.
I was number 2 in the world for Coldwell Banker. It's a heavy trophy, you know what I'm saying? But I paid like $100,000 for it, so I need to probably
pay for the physical trophy as well. I know, Matt, right. New Jersey, you had to buy the plaque just to put the sticker on it.
You do.
So, and then so overall, some of the other things, Jay just shared the revenue side of it. Actually, the stock awards. So the split here, you're on an 80-20 as an agent with a $16,000 cap. And then if after you cap, there's a $250 transaction fee for the next 20 transactions. So total, you'll have paid eXp $21,000. And if you become an icon, you have the opportunity to earn your $16,000 back. And, you know, that's a huge opportunity. What's up, Riggs? And then the revenue share. Jay, share the information about the revenue share and, you know, the layers of that and how that's kind of changing people's lives.
So the revenue share is it's really it's fascinating is the best way to describe it, because you know, it's real simple. I say it's real simple. It's not real simple to explain, actually, but there's the opportunity to have 7 generations of revenue share by bringing people into the company. So, and again, over the course of time, everyone that I mean, I can tell you this: if your first thought is I'm not a recruiter, then I want you to stop right now and listen twice as hard, because this isn't about recruiting. What is happening with this movement at eXp, that is all these people moving over, is like-minded people attract like-minded people. And when you see people that you know, like, or trust in the industry, maybe it's, you know, people that go to different events, or y'all been to different conventions together or whatever, and you see everybody's moving to eXp, you start to attract people that are like you, learners, growers, people that invest in themselves. And that's what's been happening. So this isn't recruiting. It's really agent attraction. It's agent attraction by the way of the top people and the top minds and the people you respect in the industry are making a move. And every time someone does it, just like if you're watching this right now, it's just one more notch in the belt of you feeling like, man, maybe I should look closer at this. And that's what attracts people to the opportunity. But the revenue share is a significant opportunity. I don't like to talk about my numbers because I don't think it's probably what the average person might experience. But, you know, if you can just think about this, like, you know, if you tell a friend or two that come and join the company, and they go tell a friend or two and they come join the company, and you're able to earn enough money to pay for your car payment just in the first 3 months that you're at the company, that's not an unlikely scenario. And if that was to be the case, what happens is you get pretty excited when you start earning some revenue share for your friends that closed a few deals. And you get even more excited about the company, and you tend to tell even more people about it. And you know, when next thing you know, it's paying for your car payment and your house payment, and that's life changing. And I think the reason that Glenn set up this revenue share opportunity was, number one, you know, there's not a franchise or a region or someone that's responsible for growing this company. Us as agents are responsible for growing this company. That's the business model. It's not going to be dependent upon somebody buying a franchise and going out and recruiting a bunch of agents and having a recruiter in office doing recruiting, and that's their job as a team leader or whatever. This business model is, hey, well, we don't have bricks and mortar, so we don't have these franchises. We don't have these limitations on where we can recruit. You can recruit anywhere in the world, and you can have people on your team anywhere in the country. You know, why don't we just reward the agents for helping us grow the company? Right. And it's just like a referral fee a little bit off of every transaction that closes before an agent caps. So, you know, it's not rocket science, but it is brilliant. And it created an opportunity for you to earn passive income in real estate like we've never seen before. So, you know, that in essence, that would be kind of a dumbed down probably explanation with not a lot of details. But, you know, if you're curious, look closer.
Yeah, look closer. And in this, in the comments, we're going to post that video. And, you know, you guys can watch the whole video, the full 30 minutes about it. So on that comment, Matt, you know, you had a goal when you joined to introduce this, you know, opportunity to some people. You know, I think you said, I guess, tell us what you said. And, you know, we're not going to say names of who's already on their way, but, you know, you were surprised by how many people reached out to you. So why don't you kind of share that?
Yeah, I mean, I had a goal of, you know, to introduce this to, you know, one person a month. I thought that was definitely doable, easy enough. Just with all the conversations that I'm having every day, there's enough opportunity to, you know, find one person who's definitely interested, ready to make a move. Turn into like 7 or 8 like the first month. So I mean, I'm tracking. Let's just put it that way. It's exciting. We're definitely shaking it up, and you know, it sells itself. It's not like I don't really feel like I'm pulling someone's leg, and that's not me either.
Yeah.
It's that I'm just educating people and just showing them, like, hey, just like look at this. Like, I insist, I like you. You know, I want to see you just understand this, and you tell me if you have more questions. I'm here to help you, and it's really as simple as that. And people see it, and I'll say it, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. You will lose sleep. You will lose a lot of sleep, and you're thinking like, if I stay where I am right now, and I do this for 2 years, and then once you see where you could be with this model in 2 years, it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's a no-brainer. The model is righteous. It gives back to the agents. The agents are the brand. The brokerage is there to, actually, I would say, maybe fair enough that the traditional brokerage model is broken. I mean, it really seems more like the teams now have become, that presence and have the tools and the systems to really help an individual, help them grow their business. The brokerage is kind of there just to, have the name. So when we take our network together of all our eXp agents, and collectively move forward, it's very powerful. But you have to obviously understand, the model, and that's what we're here to do. We're just here to spread the word and change some lives. So
that mentorship's going. Partnering with us here at eXp is you really set up a strategic partner in doing that. How do you feel, being aligned with us here has changed, and what do you see the access to that's really opened you up that you didn't realize?
Yeah, I mean, I could have, I guess I could have came in through eXp, through anybody, at my discretion, whoever I wanted to talk to and align with. Matt, you came into this area with the model, so I reached out to you. And actually, I never heard of Jay until I met you, but it only took me about 10 minutes to see that, Jay is an absolute rock star in this industry. And I was surprised that I didn't know of him. And just getting to talk to Jay and all the things that he's done in his career was, nothing short of impressive. So, just being able to get in a little bit closer with people that have already been in my shoes and have already done it, went through the trials and tribulations, the pain that's associated with it. It's just going to make it's going to take what I want to do and make it a lot easier and a lot shorter to accomplish what I want to do by surrounding myself with people that have already been through, what I'm doing. So.
It's truly, and I appreciate those are kind words. It's the shortcut to success. That's what I used to always say. Like, okay, if you can just find someone who's done what it is that you're trying to do, and you listen really well, and you copy really well, you will get very similar, if not the exact same results. And that's this alignment, right? Like, it's not just Matt Curcio and myself. It's Matt, it's Mike Reese, it's myself. It's Al Stasic. It's Cliff Freeman, who was a coach for us for years and years. That's your upline, brother. You got the best, the best upline you guys were Brent Gove. Those people all have a financial interest in your success, right? And not to mention the fact that they're some of the most abundant-minded people that you could ever have, in your life, right? Like, they're not just in this for the money. They're here to help and add value to people's lives because that's just who they are, and this model is attracting people like that. But yeah, it's a powerful thing to have and not have to get your credit card out all the time. I mean, most of these people's time you couldn't afford to buy, because they wouldn't sell it. It's not for sale. Their time's not for sale. But in this model, they're willing to give back and help you grow your business and answer any of your questions. And so, yeah, being able to lean on that's a huge advantage, I think.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that I also want to talk about was I joined Keller Williams because it really seemed like to me that they had this whole team thing figured out, how to build a real estate team. And, in my head, I really couldn't think of another, brokerage at that time that was going to help me do that. What I found was, when I was in the company and, surrounded and, again, getting a little bit closer to these team leaders and seeing what they do on it every day and how they're doing it, I saw that, they were, I don't know what's the best word, but it's like, it's like a struggle. there's always this like, someone may want to leave and that person's upset. And I, kind of just put myself in their shoes. I'm like, man, like, so if I had a team and I recruited, great agents and they became, rock stars in their own right, at some point they're going to want to leave the nest and go have their own brand so they can make more money and grow. And I said, well, so if I spend, 2-3 years with this individual, help them grow their business, now they're my competition and I'm not financially tied to them. So our natural human instinct is like, you're not really going to be too happy with that.
Right.
And this model kind of like solves that.
Mm-hmm.
I can have a team without having anyone, on my team on paper without the liabilities. Or if I did have somebody on my team and I helped them grow for 2-3 years and they wanted to go out on their own, yeah, sure. Like I'm fine with that. I'll be just as much supportive. It doesn't matter because I'm always there for them. We're financially tied for however long that, we're going to be in this working relationship. So, so if I want to join Matt's team tomorrow, hey, Matt Kershaw, I want to join the team. Sure. A year later I leave. He's still going to help me just as much.
Right.
So it's just righteous. It solves like all the problems, in my opinion, of like the modern day team.
No doubt.
And we're actually there's actually a group of us meeting tonight, and it's funny because it's not my team. It's partly my team, but I've invited the people that are in my revenue line to come into my office and have a call night, right? Because I want them to see, I want them to be motivated. And my last company, and I just have never really seen any company where somebody says, yo, come on in, let's all work together on this. Get your list of numbers and you'll hear some good script going on. I don't know if that exists anywhere, but here again, I'm financially tied. These people are in my market and I'm saying, let's get on the phones,
Right.
Again, every paycheck here, it is revenue share. All right. So the 20% on a $10,000 check, eXp makes $2,000. They turn around and share that revenue with the people who introduced those agents to the company. And that's just an awesome model. And again, it solves that team issue of I'm going to teach you how to sell. Then once you're good enough, you're going to take that and go sell somewhere else without me. So now, even my model has shifted to where it's, hey, let's train you. And if you want to go off, that's great. Good luck. We'll teach you how to build a team. And with the people that we're working with, like we have the best teams in the country, basically in our, at our fingertips that we can all learn from and share with. And, again, those shortcuts are huge. And, I just see this growing exponentially. That's why it's the fastest growing brokerage ever. And I saw a slide today. I think Coldwell Banker took 70 years to get to 10,000 agents.
Yeah.
Here at Keller, 18 years to get to 10,000 agents. eXp did it in 8, which is absolutely amazing. And people might ask, I don't know the other companies. I just happen to see a slide. But, that's why this company is growing so fast because everybody's financially aligned for the better, to better the company. And this is a truly agent-centric model. That solves a lot of the problems that we have in this business when exiting. That's kind of what do you have in 10 years? It's 2019. Write it down, everybody who's watching or listening. In 2029, what do you want out of your real estate business, or what do you want in the bank from your business? And evaluate who you're working with. And if there's a 0, like a lot of companies have, or even nickels or pennies, in 2029. You owe it to your family to do the research and watch this 30-minute video about this company.
Mm-hmm. It'd be financially irresponsible for you not to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely. It's obvious at this point this brokerage isn't going anywhere with how fast they're growing. So,
Yep.
We're here to help you. We're not here to recruit you. We just want to get you educated, just show you what we're doing, how this is going to help be the right vehicle for your business. It's your business, and you owe it to yourself and your business and your family to just see if there's a better way. Simple as that.
Yeah. And hey, Matt, anybody that this, now that you're here a little bit, do you feel that this model isn't a fit for anybody, in your opinion?
I would say that if you're not open to change, then this model isn't for you. You know, they're really doing things that are completely different. And just even the thought process is not so much, oh, hey, I'm, just a real estate agent and I just sell. It's very entrepreneurial. So, I would say first and foremost, if you consider yourself, a true entrepreneur, then this is, by far the model to be looking at. So there's a lot of angles to it. And once you really, get past the surface of, the equity and the revenue, I mean, that's just scratching the surface, which those are big things. But, just by watching Jay's masterminds and really getting like a deeper understanding of kind of the ins and outs and the nuances of the company, I mean, it's a no-brainer, hands down.
Yep.
No doubt.
All right. So what else? What else we got, guys? What's coming up? We're going to bring Jay back into the area, I think. I think next month, right? Jay coming back. I think it's March.
Yep. I think, yeah. We don't have dates yet, but March is looking pretty good over here on the calendar.
Yeah.
As long as the weather is looking good there, I'm coming.
Yeah. It'll be we might get some snowboard weather. I don't know. It should be melted by then. But yeah, so Jay's going to come back into the area. So we'll be hosting local events around Cherry Hill, South Jersey. I think we're going to hit the shores. So we might do Atlantic City or the surrounding areas. Definitely going to hit Philly up again. We got a lot of Philly agents that are very interested in this company.
Sure.
So we're excited. Matt, any closing comments?
Any closing comments? Yeah, I mean, if anyone out there is watching this, if you're thinking about getting into real estate and somehow you stumbled upon this video, or you are a new agent, or you're a part-time agent, or if you're struggling right now, reach out to us. We're here to help you grow your business. It's no smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of brokerages out there that say, you're going to join us. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And unfortunately, sometimes that's not their intention. And really, one of my goals is to, truly help people change their lives in their direction with something that I truly believe in. So I'll leave it at that.
Love it.
Jay.
Love it, man. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys jumping on here and sharing. I love your story, Matt. Love talking to you every time. Obviously, Curcio, love you, brother. And we'll be back in Jersey again, shaking it down, teach us some knowledge on how to grow the business. And yeah, appreciate everybody. And we'll either see you at the top or from the top.
You got it.
All right.
See you guys.
See ya.